What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not! Their memory serves as an example to us all! The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage!
Oh, I just need one more, bro. Please, just one more. Let's go. 5-0-0-0-0. Let's go. I'm up. I'm him. I'm him. I made it, Mom. Mom, I made it. I'm just simply that guy. Just that guy. Sorry. Didn't mean to ruin you guys' parade. Why did this no? Nah, there's no way. No way. No way you're D1 hating that hard that you unsub the second I get to. Man, let's get into this video. Y'all, I mean, I saw I got 5K. Y'all saw I got 5K. So we straight. Hey guys, Universal here, and in today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much for 5K subscribers. And you know, I'm going to be covering, I'm just going to do a little like recap, and just so you know, disclaimer, this is mostly a 1v1 based tier list. I'll probably do a tier list in the future for like farming purposes if you want me to, but there's not much farming in the game, so this is mostly like a 1v1 based tier list, not like a gang war, clan war, or like, you know, crew war, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, first off, we got barrier, more of like a troll through, really on the defensive side with the 2 and 3 skills, not doing much damage. The 1 skill is blockable and it like takes forever to charge and doesn't really have that much range. And then you have your 4, which is your only decent skill, but then at the end of the day, it's still like a very mediocre skill at that. I definitely have this all the way down here at F tier. All right, next up we have the Dark Fruit. That's about right here. Yami. Black Hole. This is a move you will never hit on anybody in a 1v1 because no one's going to sit on the ground. 2, Liberation. Again, you need to suck in a tree or you literally can't use this move, which is terrible. Black Hole, it's a worse Dragon Roar, which is just sad because like once they get hit, like they get easily hit out of the AoE and then they can just punish you for doing your own move. It'd be cool if like they try to like throw in a move, it gets sucked in, because that's like how Dark works in the anime, but it doesn't work like that. You have this is by far one of the best moves in the game. It is an unblockable grab with ungodly amounts of range, and there is nothing you can do about it. Literally nothing you can do about it. You have Dark Hall. This move gives you iframes when you're under the ground now, so I guess that's something. But like, who are you hitting under the like? Who's gonna be walking on the ground and get hit by this move? Realistically speaking, nobody good. You have Dark End, a move that takes forever to charge up, and it's blockable. Trash move. But you know, that grab on its own, like just going through block and being able to do anything, if you just run away, just cheese with that, you can get pretty far. Next we have a fruit that I'm actually quite comfortable with rating. We have Gravity. This fruit, I will say this, is only really amazing if you play like the biggest runner ever. The 1 skill, the longer you charge it, the more range in AoE it gets, and it is really good for just running away and cheesing, because it also guard breaks, so they can't just pull up to you and block, because they'll get block broken, and then you'll use your 2 launch, which has enough stun to where they can fly all the way into the air and then come back down, and then the stun will wear off. So it's like really short wind up and has like basically almost like it has crazy aim. You can aim it wherever you want, but like it's blockable, so that's like the nerf to it. Then you have Avalanche. You usually want to use this move after doing like a launch while they're stunned in the air, and then you have to use shoot to launch these meteors. They do about decent damage. They're really good for just like applying pressure. They don't like, they're just like chip damage, if you will. They don't really do much. The 5 skill is absolutely terrible. It holds you in place for like 5 to like 7 seconds while you just sit there, and then you throw a planetary devastation ball up into the air, which is blockable. for some reason. A move that takes 5 to 7 seconds to set up is blockable. Doesn't really make much sense, but it is. And then you have Great Meteor, which you can instantly release it for like a quick meteor to come down. And yeah, and then you can't true combo into it. There's no way. And then you have the Big Meteor, which is if you fully charge it, which it literally tells your opponent where it's gonna be, so they're not gonna get hit by it. Maybe if they made it to discreet where it didn't like tell you where you were aiming, it would be a good move. But since it literally tells them where you aimed it, it is not a good move. But overall, I still have Gravity up there in S tier. Really great fruit, but you have to really know how to run with it. Next up, I don't even have to like Z tier, but let me explain it for those who want it explained. Dragon. Yeah, this is blockable, but still does really good damage when you can hit it, and it like drags them to the end of the beam. This is the best move in the kit right here, Dragon Claw. It sets up for all the combos, and you really have to hit this to like do anything. Screech goes through block. It's just like really good stun damage, and right afterwards you usually follow up with Dragon Claw, and then you can do a combo, and it's like really good. Draco Meteor, this goes through block. It's such an annoying move, and it's like in the form it gets so much more range that it's like you have to Soru and then you can still get caught by it, so you are running for your life when a dragon uses that in their form. And then you have Transform, where you turn into the dragon, and this is when the fruit becomes like top tier amazing, one of the best fruits in the game. Dragon Breath still blockable, kind of sad, but it's still blockable. Tatsumaki, this move carries the mode. You fly towards your opponent, dragging them in, and then you like when you finish it, you hit them with your tail, which it like applies a little bit of stun to them, to where you can like either like go straight for Draco Meteor, or sometimes if they're close enough, you can just go for Screech. Or yeah, it's just there are a lot of combos in the mode too. You can find them out. It's not really hard. Do your own research, but the fruit is like extremely good. Next up, we have Chop. Like I really don't need to say much about that fruit. I am not gonna hold you like exciting thought. No, I'm trolling. Anyways, probably one of the worst fruits in the game. Chop Car is like good for running away, but that's really it. Everything else is way too close range to do anything in actual PvP. Nobody's gonna let you do that. Maybe in low level PvP if you're really trying to do that, but yeah, not a good fruit. Next up, we have Hiei. This fruit is high B tier, arguably low A tier. You can put it where you want. This fruit has technical infinite combos, but I've never seen somebody pull it off, nor have I seen somebody actually try to pull it off. Until I actually see that, like a skilled ice user, it'll stay in B tier for me. Though, like moves like Ice Age are like extremely good. Like the AoE on Ice Age is so insane, it doesn't make sense. And you can run away extremely well with the Ice Dragon. It has like extremely good movement. I think it like, does it freeze at the end? I think it might freeze. No, I don't think it freezes, but I think it like does like a little stun to where you might be able to like follow up with another move. Pheasant is like really good. It leaves a little ice pad that you can skate on, but it doesn't really give like any movement speed. It's better than just Soru, so it's kind of trash. Pheasant's just like, it's like easy to jump over it though, so it kind of makes it mid. Geyser takes way too long to like actually do anything, so the move is like really bad, and like even like you see like he's getting hit by the spikes like the very edge, but it's not actually hitting him. It's like a really bad, like since it doesn't just like pop up like GPOs like Ice Stomp, it makes the move really bad. Then you have Partisan, a move that locks you in place while you sit there charging little ice spears. You could just do one and then it frees them and then go into M1s, but M1s in this game are extremely inconsistent for your combos. Trust me, I know. I use Doe. And yeah, though the fruit's not terrible, but it's still not good. Flame. Actually, I'll give it some mercy. I'll put it in D tier. I don't think it's as bad as these two. These two are just not usable at all, but this one's like extremely bad too. It only has one good move in its kit, unless you want to count the ability to just run at maximum efficiency with Flame Flight, which is Beam is the only good move. Inkai moves too slow. You will never hit anybody with it. Flame Pillar, you have to be super close again, and if they hit you out of it, you're still going to go through the animation, and then they can punish you, and they won't take damage for getting near you, which is trash. Fire Gun, Never seen anybody try to use this in an M1 combo, nor will they be able to land an M1 combo because nothing else in the kit sets up to it. But I mean, maybe if you're in the air, no, because like even then the startup's way too long. You're never hitting anybody with that. It's not a good move. And then you have Fire Fist, which is blockable. Maybe if that move wasn't blockable, then the fruit would have potential. But since that's blockable, the fruit just loses all potential there. You have Beam. Beam is the only good move. It block breaks, but the only bad part about it is the block break requires the explosion part of it. So if they hit you with the early part of the beam and the rest of the beam goes by you, you can just sit there and block and you won't actually be guard broken, and then you can just get out of the beam and then punish them. So that's why like the fruit is like extremely bad. I don't even think you can't even use moves while in flight. If you could use moves while in flight, this would probably be like crazy, like annoying tier fruit. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's not. It's just a bad epic, by far the worst epic, and it's ridiculous. TS Rubber, definitely if you watch my TS Rubber video and you actually know how to use this fruit properly, being as you know how to hold it jet pistol, as in you can just hold it until your opponent like Sorus and then let go of it, and then bam, you get a free combo starter like almost every single time, unless you're fighting a doe, in which case they can counter that strategy, which I do. But other than that, like it has really good, like Jet Pistol has a super low cooldown. If you don't like actually land the move, it'll like basically go on a super short cooldown. You have Jet Gatling, a really good move, though it doesn't true combo extend into anything. I wish it did, but it does not. You can get punished for using Jet Gatling too close to your opponent. Like a dragon can just Dragon Claw you out of that, and then you're eating their combo. It's really bad, but still, when you're fighting like other non-mythical fruits, it's like an extremely good fruit, and I got it up there as it's either the best legendary. I think I have it as the best legendary, but there's another fruit that comes close, which I find you can interchange them depending on your own personal preference. And then you have your like Red Hawk into Grizzly Magnum combo, completely true. It's like a free like 200 something damage. It's a really good fruit. Bounce Man, the mode it's trash. It is so bad. Con Gun, you jump over it and hold a move, you're flying over it. It's simply they can't do anything. They are stuck on the ground or wherever like level they are. Culverin, completely blockable. Con Gatling, completely blockable. King Con Gun, if you have Soru, you're not getting hit by this. And Elastic Propulsion is actually pretty good for chasing runners or just having good movement. I still have it up there at S tier. I have it above Gravity. The ones down here don't really matter about order, but the ones up here I am going to put them in my own personal preference of order. Smoke Fruit, actually a pretty decent fruit. I definitely have it above Flame because I've actually seen smoke combos, which actually can do some decent damage, but like it's still not a good fruit, I'll say that. White Blow, blockable, pretty sure. You have White Out. You like grab them and launch them forward, but like the real only like good combo move is like Firework. I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, it's like Typhoon into like Firework after you dash into them, and it does like 200 damage. I think it's a pretty decent combo, not the best, but definitely not the worst. It's definitely better than these two fruits, and definitely better than Flame. Oh my god, Flame is so bad. Bomb, I definitely have it up here in B tier. It actually has a lot of auto tracking moves, making it like pretty decent. Leap and Kick Bomb. Kick Bomb is the auto targeting move that like has a lot of stun on it. Leap is just usually used for movement. It's really good for running if that's what you want to do. Howitzer Impact, it has decent tracking. Sometimes it'll hit, sometimes it won't, but it's really good for starting combos because you can use Howitzer straight into Kick Bomb, and usually that works. But though Kick Bomb does have an inconsistent hitbox sometimes, but it does have really good range. And then Grenade Blaster is it's like a pretty good move. I'm pretty sure it guard breaks, it has a decent AoE, and it's like pretty much instant. It does pretty decent damage too. So yeah, I got Bomb around like B tier right there. All right, at the top of A tier, like this is gonna stay at the top of A tier, I have Magma, a really solid fruit. If it was legendary and they gave it like another move, it could definitely be S tier, but you have your one skill. This is really just used for spamming or like finishing off a combo after you've gotten all your moves out. It does pretty decent chip damage, and it's really good for applying pressure to an opponent. The 2 skill, oh my gosh, the hitbox on this skill and it getting behind you, when you fight a Magma and they use a skill on you, you're just praying that it doesn't somehow just like get behind you and make you just unblock. It is so annoying when it does. It like leads into like some of the most cancer magma combos that can do up to like 600 700 damage, and you just like, oh my god, it's just so bad when it happens. Plume, you'll only ever use this move after explode Eruptive Surge, because Eruptive Surge has like a lot of stun. And you usually use Eruptive Surge after like your 2 or something, because it's really easy to catch them right after the 2, because it has like no in lag on it. It does guard break, by the way. And then you have Hellhound, one of your best moves in your kit. You can actually block while using this move too, so like if they try to like use like let me think, what's a blockable move that would try to like stop you while you're in the air? Oh, like Doe's 3 skill that like combo starts. If you're flying towards them and you're holding F, they can't combo start you while you're using this move while flying towards them. I fought a Magma user and I had to learn the hard way. I didn't lose, but I learned the hard way that yeah, you kind of just have to run. And it's like a really good combo starter too, because it actually has pretty good stun afterwards. So like you hit them with the 5, then you go straight into the 2, then you get really close to them, you hit them with the 4, you come down, you hit them with the 3, and then once they're like getting up, you throw the 1 at them to like just put more pressure on them. Really solid fruit, definitely the best epic in my opinion. And I mean, if you don't like my opinion, oh well, I mean, you still watching the video. Next up we have Tori. Definitely an S tier. I got it above Gravity. The base of this fruit is very questionable. I accidentally just opened another tab. The base of this fruit is very questionable. The 1 skill is pretty decent, because you can use the 1 skill usually into the 3 skill, which is like a pretty consistent combo, because then after the 3 skill you can go in and get some M1s, which is like pretty decent damage. I think it's like a 250 damage combo, something like that. But then you have Talon Slam, which is, oh my god, this move is so bad. It's like Quake Slam, but like without the range and without the being able to sit in the air part and like then choose where to slam. It is so bad, and it's like I never recommend you using that move, because you can get punished extremely hard. Then you have Bluebird. You just sit in the air or wherever you are, charging up a little AoE projectile. When you charge it fully, it gets pretty good range and it does 50 damage at max level, regardless of if you charge it or not. And it guard breaks, which makes it pretty decent, but it's really just used for like passive play and keeping your opponent away. But where this fruit really shines, the transformation. When every move you get is just on like steroids once you hit the transformation. The 1 skill, you use that, it has really good stun on it. You can combo straight into the 3 skill, and then by the time the 3 skill is up, you can use the 1 skill again, and then you could go for the 4 skill, because they'll usually be stunned pretty good after the 1 skill. And it has extremely good AoE. Like you shoot 4 of these projectiles, but most of the time you can get all 4 to hit, like just off of them like ragdolling down back into it, because that's how big the AoE of this move is. This is definitely a top tier fruit. Don't let anybody ever tell you it's not. The base is mid, but the mode carries super hard, and that's why I kind of have TSR above it, because you can have the base at all times, and with Phoenix it's like situational to have the mode, so that's why I have TSR above it in most case scenarios. Next we have my favorite fruit and the best fruit for 1v1s in the game. It counters like every top tier fruit's basic strategy for starting combos. TS Rubber Jet Pistol gets countered by the 3 skill. Dragon's Dragon Claw gets countered by the 1 skill, the 3 skill, and the 6 skill. It's insane. And the combos that Doe can pull off are upwards of 1000 damage into, I've even heard of somebody doing a 1-shot combo. It's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like, it's insane what you can pull off with Doe. The fruits that can, the only fruits I know that actually have a chance against it in a fight are mostly Dragon Transformed and Phoenix Transformed. Only fruits that have a real chance in a fight, just because of the fact that they fly around and it gets super annoying, because their hitboxes also become super weird with like their transformations. Like the fact that you can't really see them, but they don't really change at all. Definitely still the best 1v1 fruit in the game. If you got beef about it, you can like go on my Discord server, ask me to 1v1 you about it or something. I don't really care. We could always get into that. I can put you in a video. Sand. Let me look at that. Actually, I've heard sand isn't that bad. Like the ult, I'm pretty sure it like goes through block and stuff. And okay, you're never like Desert Slicer is a pretty good, a quick AoE move, 4 to 5 second cooldown. Like it's extremely quick. Spada, you will never hit this move in PvP. It's like it's not good. But I mean, like in low level PvP, it might be alright. Swamp is actually not that bad if you can catch your opponent off guard. This is free damage, and then you have this move right here. You like hit them right here, sucks them in, and then it is a big explosion. So it's not that bad. Definitely way more viable than Flame, I'll tell you that. But it's still not up there with any of these fruits. Definitely not good. Then we have Rubber. I'll put this up here in B tier. Honestly, I could arguably put this like above Bomb too, because Jet Pistol, I mean not Jet Pistol, but Gear Second, when you like the combos, like there's no real combos, but if you can land the barrage, it does like upwards of like 200, 300 damage, and it is like really, really good. But other than that, all the other moves are pretty much fodder. I mean, Pistol's still good for like spamming and keeping range because it has like a 1 second cooldown. But Jet Bazooka is mad mid, and this movement skill is like it's I like at the best. It's like something to use while Soru's on cooldown, but it's like going basically the same distance as Soru. And next up we have Pika, which honestly, I have seen some pretty good Pikas recently, and I definitely have way more respect for the fruit. I have it at the very, very bottom of A tier. If you know how to air camp with it, it's like really annoying, and it's like usable. It's still not good. Still not better than any other fruit above it. By far the second worst legendary, and it's not even close. But it's a decent fruit. The first skill is blockable. Let me see. First skill is blockable mirror kick. You will never hit the skill in a real fight unless you are fighting somebody who's brain dead. Blinding combo is not blockable, so it's like pretty good because after the move is over with, you can hit them with your one, which it actually does like 100 or so damage. Guzon, which can also be used. Oh, actually no. The combo is blinding combo into Guzon into the one skill, which is like upwards of like 200, 300 damage. You have Jewels of Light, which is like extremely spammable, and the real strat is to like psych your opponent out, get close, and then Jewels of Light while you're right directly above them, so they don't have the real ability to block everything, because if even one goes behind them, they'll start eating a lot more of the damage than normal. And the fruit is definitely usable if you know how to air camp and be spammy, but even still the damage output just is too low to make it a top tier fruit. Next we have Paw, one of my favorite, and oh my god, this fruit is so fun. I'm trying to tell you, this is like one of the top 3 most enjoyable fruits in the game for me. You have Pressure Cannon. Oh my god, this move is blockable, which is what makes this fruit like worse than Magma in my opinion, because of the fact that you can block this skill and you are like completely dependent on your 2 skill Sonic Stomp for combo starting. But I mean, like if you get blocked from this, like you're probably gonna get punished because you're like ending up right next to your opponent, and they're probably gonna have a move to handle you. But regardless of that, Sonic Stomp is like really good because you have the ability to, you basically have Geppo. It is like, it takes a lot of your stamina, but you basically have Geppo alone with this fruit. It takes a butt ton of stamina, and it's like pretty much instant when you actually aim for a surface to land on, so you can, it has pretty good AoE, so that's how you usually start your combos. You do the 2 into like the 4 into like the ult into like the 1, and Paw has some really good and long combos, and like when you hit the combos, they're extremely satisfying. You have your Sumo Thrust Barrage, which is like a barrage of little mini paw pads that you like shoot out, and it usually hits stuns them the whole time as long as you're like, you get some good RNG on the way that they bounce. You have Torture. For some reason this move that moves in the same direction the whole time and is on the smallest plane ever is blockable. Oh my god, I don't know why this move is blockable, and it pains me that this move is blockable. It literally makes no sense. The move isn't even that big. It has no reason being a blockable move, but that is what really holds it back for me. And then you have Ursa's Shock. This is like one of the better ults in the game for the simple fact that it's unblockable. Unblockable ults are definitely better in this game because like Gravity ult, you can block it and you can just lose stamina instead, and your opponent probably won't be able to find you because of the gigantic explosion. And let me think of another ult that's blockable. Or no, you just have slow moving ults that just like don't have good AoE, like Inkai on Mera. It's like not blockable, but at the same time, who are you hitting with such a slow moving projectile with like trash AoE? This move actually has like, look at that explosion. That has really good AoE, and it basically covers the actual like explosion. Like it doesn't do what gravity does and like covers one little spot, but like shows a huge explosion. So I definitely have it at like the middle of A tier. I have it above Quake actually. Most people say this fruit is good, and I'm probably gonna get hate for this in my comment section. I really don't care. Quake is a bad fruit. Well, it's a mid fruit. It's bad for a legendary. Fist is like it's it block breaks, but it's beyond mid. The range is way too short, but it does have a pretty short cooldown. Eruption is actually a pretty good skill when you catch your opponent off guard, but the fact that you could just Soru and double jump and then they just can't hit you with this skill, it's like extremely easy to dodge. You have Slam, which again, if someone Soru and double jumps, they're not hitting you while you're off the ground. And also, if they have a range move, they can just hit you and get you out of that animation. Then you have Island Shake, one of the best moves in the kit. But the sorry part about the move is that it's like what most people don't know, and what keeps this move really good is that the move is blockable. Half of the player base doesn't know this, which is the only reason this move is so good. If people knew that they could just simply block this move, Quake, like it sends Quake into a whole nother tier of trash. And then you have Quake, which stun locks the user, giving the other person enough time to Soru away. Though it does, like, if they get caught by it somehow because they're trash, it drags in, it's unblockable, which is pretty good. But you're never getting caught by this move if you have two working brain cells. It is so easy to Soru away from this, and you are never going to hit it. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, I definitely have it below Magma and Paw just because of usability. It's a bad fruit, and yeah. This is pretty much my tier list. I'm not gonna hold you. This is basically like my ideal 1v1 tier list. You can say you disagree with it if you want. If you don't, if you agree with me, thank you. Appreciate it. You have a pretty decent understanding of this game. And yeah, that's pretty much this video. Thank you guys so much for 5K subs. Help me get to 10K. Make sure to like and sub. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Anyways, for the real ones who stuck around to the end of the video, just like I promised, we have a giveaway, air quotes around that. I'm gonna be buying a private server, so create private server. What do I want to name this? Universal. Sure, why not? Buy now. And here we go. Customize. My friends will not be allowed, and I will just be adding people to this server. So it's a technical giveaway because you have to be level 10 in my server, and then I'll give you free access to this private server. Technical giveaway. I know some people aren't going to be happy with that. I'll do actual like tournament giveaways in the future for game passes, but I'm just not there yet. I haven't even gotten a paycheck from YouTube yet, and I just don't have it like that. But anyways, continue to support me if you supported me, and start supporting me if you aren't. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.